Hi guys, how are you today? I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. For those of you who are new, my name is Eva, and for those of you who are coming back, as always, thank you so much for coming back. Welcome to another MLM shit show. Today we're here to talk about young living, and it's been a hot minute, actually a good few months. Overall, I didn't do many videos on them. I don't know why. I don't have any excuses, but before we go into it, take a look at the graph. You know the drill. Please click that like and subscribe button. If you're not subscribed, please join our little anti-MLM community over here. I would really appreciate it. It would really help me out. And yeah, before we go into the video, let's just put a little disclaimer in here. So I'm actually recording at the same day as the previous video, so I got nothing to rant about. It's still nice and sunny outside. I might get a little bit hungry during this video because one of the videos is like a training or a live or whatever. It's kind of long, so let's just get into it. Yeah, actually this is gonna be a really long video. So the first thing I want to show is her story, so let's take a look.
I wanted to share this testimony as well. When I have diffusers on in my boys' room, well, here, I'll say this. If I don't have a diffuser going, most of the time, one kid will sleepwalk, the other kid will get a bloody nose. When I have a diffuser going, it doesn't happen. The one kid doesn't sleepwalk, the other kid doesn't get a bloody nose. And it usually happens that if we forget for some reason, that always happens. So if you have kids, any issues like that, get a diffuser going in their room.
Okay, so she uses a diffuser in her kid's room. Would you need a dehumidifier if you're using a diffuser? Doesn't it just spray essential oil into the air? I mean, I'm not using a diffuser in my apartment and the humidity is really high. I think in most of the places, especially in countries like Ireland where you get a lot of rain, the humidity in the air is high, and then if you use a diffuser in your room as well, that's gonna bring the humidity on a really dangerous high. To have a diffuser in your kids' room every night throughout the whole night, they're just breathing all of that in. I just don't know if it's healthy. Like, we grew up in a place after the war. We weren't living in our house was destroyed, so we lived in those little camp places that they made for all the people that lost their houses, and these houses were in a really shitty state. The mold, the humidity was through the roof. My brother and I, we were still small. We lived there for 5 years, and I was just a baby and my brother was 5 to 10 years old. So we both ended up growing up with like really bad sinuses. We have allergies, I have asthma, we just have like really sensitive noses and sinuses that react to everything. It's really normal for us to sneeze all the time. It did affect our health as well, so I wonder if having a diffuser in your kid's room without bringing the temperature back down, like without that balance with a dehumidifier, would that cause issues with the kid's health? I would say yes, but again, I'm not a professional. I don't use essential oils or diffusers, so I don't know anything about that. But if you do, let me know down below. For a change, I do have my big cup of coffee here. It didn't make an appearance for a while. Like I said, this is gonna be a long one, and I'm gonna try to pause as little as I can. So let's just take a listen, grab a snack, grab a cup of coffee, and let's get into it.
Hello, friends. I am back having some technical difficulties. Okay, so I wanted to come in and share just like 6 tips if you're growing a business online. I get business questions all the time. I coach my team. I love helping other people in their businesses. And I have pulled back recently from sharing on here. I'm always in my groups or talking to my teams, and that's a lot of stuff that I do behind the scenes. So one of the things I love about my business and my job is the flexibility of being able to do a business like this while also being a mama and homeschooling and being here with my family. And it's just been amazing. I'm so grateful for this business. But I have pulled back and I don't want to do that anymore. So here's going to be my tips. If you are building a network marketing business, whether you're with Young Living or you're with another organization, I think it's every network marketing business, the work is still the same. Like, we're all doing the same work. And so when you see people like hopping network marketing companies, because this one didn't work, and so they're saying that this one's going to work, it's the same work. And so if it's not working in one area, like check what you're doing before like hopping to a bunch of other ones. Because it might be the work that you're avoiding being the reason why you're not growing, not necessarily the company. Also, you want to love the product that you're using too. That makes a big difference. So if you don't love essential oils, please do not try to sell essential oils. If you don't love whatever thing you're trying to sell, people will feel that. So you want to make sure, this is a bonus tip, guys. I'm not even going down my row yet. But this is, you want to be genuine about anything that you're going to be selling. You can always sense when people are not being genuine, and that's when it feels gross. But if you genuinely love the products, like I just got this sweatshirt at Target and I love it. And so I was sharing with you guys, it's so easy, right? I'm giving you guys the link to it. I got some cozy boots that I showed you guys. Just easy stuff, right? Target's not paying me, but we share things all the time. So this is just a way for you to share what you already love and get paid for it. Okay. So if you're building online, 6 different tips to give you guys. Okay. Number 1 is consistency. And if you've been in this business any amount of time, you've heard this, I'm sure, a million times, but it's always a good reminder. It's consistency. It is showing up like it's your actual real job. If you owned a shop on Main Street and you just were like, I don't really feel like being here. I don't want to show up. I don't want to show my face. I don't want to open the store. Your store wouldn't be very successful, right? So if you're trying to build something online, and you're there just whenever you feel like it, it's not going to go that well, right? And so we can't like build our businesses off of how we feel. We have to just show up like we're a professional person, that this is a real job of ours, right? So consistency is so key, is just consistently showing up and adding value and teaching about your product and teaching about your business and inviting people in and connecting with people. This is network marketing. So we have to network with people and we have to market to people. That's like straight in the name. So being consistent with your education, with your connections with people, with what you're putting out there, and not to base it off of how many likes you get, how many engagements you get or whatever, but just continually keep showing up and you will find results. I sometimes have seasons where I have a lot of responses from people and then I don't, but I'm still building my business and I'm still moving forward. I'm still enrolling people every single month. I'm still helping people every single month. So I can't base it off of like how many people are liking my posts or commenting, because most of the world are watchers. And so it's not always the people that are liking it and commenting, it's the people that are watching. And then as you're building trust through your consistency, they're feeling safe to like, okay, I'm going to buy from you. There's people that I watch and I'm like so interested in what they're selling, but I'm like, I need to still watch it a little bit more. I'm like, I'm not totally sure. Right. And I've done that for so long. And I know that that's what other people do in my business as well. People will watch for a really long time before they're ready to jump in. Our job is to stay consistent and just keep showing up and just being available. We're opening up the shop doors, right? And we're going to be there and we're going to be consistently there. My kids are very loud downstairs. I promise they're okay. Number 2, okay?
Okay, quick one there. Obviously, by now we've seen so many of these freaking trainings where they're going to victim blame. So if you see people hopping on from company to company, if you see people giving up, that's a bonus tip as well. That's the work that they're avoiding to do. That's the work that they didn't want to do. And of course, they're not going to be successful if they're not putting in the work. I said this so many freaking times because this is something that they say the most and it's just not true. In MLMs, you're not getting rewarded for the amount of work or effort that you're putting in. That is the problem. That's the problem that we have with this business model. It just doesn't matter. You can work, hustle, put so much effort in it, and you can still see no results. It's literally doesn't have anything to do with the amount of work that you put in. So I really hate when they blame the victims, blame the people that fail. Let's see what the second advice is.
Don't let someone's no stop you. I remember early on there was a book called Game Plan. I don't really remember much about the book except this one part in the book where she said, be so busy you don't notice the no's. And that changed everything for me, because in a network marketing business, you're going to hear more no's than yeses, but you still will hear yeses that will move the needle. You just have to find the right yeses. We can't like connect with every single human, right? So if we're trying to enroll every single person, we're going to feel frustrated and we're going to feel like we're not doing a good job, when we just need to find the right people. And so if we're so focused on the no's and we allow that discouragement to settle in our hearts, it will hold us back. And so we can't be focused on the no's. So be so focused on other people, like connecting with more people, that you're not noticing the no's. And I think that applies. I was recently talking to my team about this. I think it applies even for people that say yes originally. Maybe they're building a business with you and then they walk away and they say like, this isn't for me anymore. I'm going to go to another company, or I'm just going to quit, or whatever. To not let that stop us. Like in a network marketing business, people walk away. Like a lot of people leave. A lot of people, the work that it takes to be successful in network marketing is a lot of personal work. It's a lot of connecting with people, and not everybody wants to do that, because it definitely puts every personality, I think, outside of their comfort zone in some form at some point. And not everybody wants to do that as a job. And I totally get it. And so it's not for everyone. I think anyone can do it, but not everyone's going to. And so when people do leave, we can't be so focused on those people that said no and those people that walked away that it makes us hold ourselves back. We just have to keep focusing forward and moving forward and going where there's momentum. Number 3, don't let strangers or bullies on the internet have any say in your calling. Okay. My encouragement to,
again, don't let the no stop you. First I thought she was gonna say, if they say no, try again, but thankfully it didn't go in that direction. It just kind of went into the direction, don't get discouraged if people say no, because they know that the amount of people that are going to say to no to you and reject you is ginormous. And of course it kind of hurts, like on a personal level, because it's not easy to be rejected over and over and over again. It doesn't matter what you're doing, if it's your romantic life or if it's your business life or whatever. I also forgot to say how I love how she said previously, you have to treat this as if it was your real job. It's like you're low-key admitting that this is not your real job. Anyway, let's move on.
Anyone doing a business like this is to really like do in person. If you want to do online, that's fine. But just know that there are so many people. There's wonderful people. There's also so many like bullies on the internet. I've had the meanest things said to me from strangers on the internet. I've definitely had stuff said to me from people that I know, which was like sad, super sad, right? But I've had so many strangers, and I have friends that do this online, and they've had so many people say so many awful things. Like, I don't know why people on the internet just feel like they can, probably because they're not like face to face with someone. So they're hiding behind their screen and they think they can. But like, I legit have a girl, she's like such a bully. She's one of the mean girls, right? That you see on The Bachelor or whatever, that everyone's like, oh, she's the worst, right? Has to talk about everyone else. And she will literally take people's videos. She has several of mine. She's blocked from my account, still watches my videos. So hi, boo. Thanks for the free advertisement. But she literally will take videos of mine, watch the whole entire thing, and critique it and speak badly about it and all the things. Okay, she's the total bully, but she still watches all my videos for some reason. So anyways, hey, boo. There are people out there, and they spend so much time criticizing other people that are successful. That is their whole like job. That is their whole focus. Like, how many hours goes into critiquing other people? Like, that speaks volumes to them, not to you, right? Mean people are mean. Hurt people hurt people. And it's such a reflection of this person's own heart, why she feels she has to pick apart other people publicly for so many people to see. I don't know what has gone in her life, but obviously other people that are successful trigger something inside of her that she feels like she has to be the mean girl and be the bully online, right? She wouldn't actually say these things to people face to face. but she can be a bully and do it publicly. There's so many people like this sending horrible messages to people. And all I'm saying is, don't let a stranger or a bully on the internet decide what you're going to do with your life. Okay? Nobody else has the right to play the Holy Spirit in your life. If you're a believer, right? We have the Holy Spirit in us to guide us, to direct us, to speak to us, to lead us. Nobody else has the right to call those shots in your life, especially a stranger and especially a bully on the internet, okay? I've heard this said a bunch, but like, if you would not take this person's advice, why do you take their criticism, right? The people that are like awful on the internet, I would never take their advice because they're stuck in some nasty, like mental cycles that are so toxic. And they're wanting to spread that out on the internet because there's so much going on inside of them that is what's coming out, right? And so if you have peace, if God has called you to do something and it's unique to all kinds of different people, my calling is not going to be your calling and your calling is not going to be my calling. I know I've gotten a lot of critique about like, God wouldn't actually call you into network marketing. It's a scam. It's a pyramid scheme. It's actually not. It's a legit company. It would not be around for over 25 years if it was an actual scam. Like, let's just be real about that. Okay. It's a legit business. There's so many women that are so successful in this type of industry, and you can't let somebody else's negativity and their toxic thinking and their hurt that they've experienced decide and play a part in what you're meant to do, what you're called to do. If I allowed all the people that have criticized and misunderstood me and said all the nasty things who don't even actually know me, if I let that play into the decisions I made, I would not be living in the blessing that I'm living in currently. The blessing that this has done for our family is priceless. My husband's the sweetest man. I love him so much. He's my best friend in the whole world. Literally every single day is like, thank you for doing this, because it's given him time with our kids that he did not have before. Our youngest son has only known his papa at home 24/7, right? That's all he's known. And so Lion is obsessed with his papa, wants to do everything he does, follows him around. He doesn't even say mama. He says papa for everything. All my other kids said mama first. All my other kids were obsessed with mama because mama was the one that was 24/7 home. Well, now he's home and our sweet little baby is obsessed with him. My kids adore their dad, like love that he's home all the time. Okay. And so like, I would not be living in that if I allowed other people's opinions, even people that I know. Okay. People that I know have said stuff, have, expressed their feelings or whatever, but they're not paying my bills, right? They're not the ones called to provide for their family. I am, okay? I'm in this position where I want to be a good steward with what God has called me to do, to steward well the gifts that he has given me. And this is part of that, by loving and serving other families, helping them in their health and wellness. If they want to do the business, they have that freedom and I help them. And if they don't want to and they just want to be a customer, there's freedom in that too. Okay. So don't let somebody else play the Holy Spirit in your life. If you feel called to something in whatever that is, okay. I'm not just talking about network marketing or young living. I'm talking about anything. Make sure you're following what the Lord is saying, not somebody else's opinion of what you're doing or their belief on something or whatever. Like, know what you're called to and then be bold as ever and continue to show up consistently in that. Number 4, if you're doing this online, have some fun. Okay. Find places that
let's kind of roll back a bit. The way she said there is a girl that's a mean girl and she takes her videos and she's being a bully, but then she said she watches her videos and makes her own videos critiquing her. So if this girl is bullying you and posting videos online where she's insulting you, insulting how you look or what you say, how you say it, whatever, that's bullying. That's never okay. We never condone bullying in this community. If a girl is taking your videos and making her commentary, reaction videos where she's critiquing how, let's say, you're using faith in order to manipulate, in her own opinion, I have a strong sense that this is an anti-MLM creator that's spoke about this woman before. I don't know. I've never seen this woman before. So maybe it's like Cece or someone that I don't watch often. There's a big difference between someone bullying you, and there's a big difference between someone critiquing you and stuff that you're doing and saying online in order to get people to join your multi-level marketing scheme. Later, she said some people from her family expressed their opinions on network marketing. It's like, so what? They're not allowed to share their opinions about what you do in network marketing because you're gonna get offended to it. Like I said, if they were bullying her, that's never okay. But if they just express their opinion just because they don't agree with you, are they not allowed to tell you their opinion? Girl, that is not bullying. If you think that's bullying, you've never been bullied in your life. I mean, good for you if you haven't. You need to have thicker skin. Like if you go on the internet, you need to have really thick skin. So then she went into the whole religious thing. I grew up religious, but in the last couple of years, my beliefs, my thoughts changed. I thought my family was extremely religious, but when I see and hear what this person is saying, how she's saying that, that's a little bit too hardcore for myself. I mean, whatever works for you. But again, when it comes to the MLMs, and when I agree with what other people told this person, God wouldn't send you into a pyramid scheme, because 99% of people in a pyramid scheme, I said, into a multi-level marketing, apologies, where 99% of people are not earning any money, working for free, and some of them go into debt and lose money. So I really don't think that the biblical Jesus, God, the Holy Spirit would approve multi-level marketing companies. I really don't think they would be up for it. Just because you have it great, you're earning a lot of money, all of the people below you are not getting any money. So I really don't think your God would agree with that. But you tell yourself whatever lets you sleep at night. So let's just move on.
Are joyful for you, whether it's making reels, or it's doing photography, or it's connecting with people, or it's doing stories, or there's something that has to be like life-giving. If you show up on Instagram and you're weighed down by the world and you're not smiling and you're not happy and you don't enjoy what you're doing and you're just like, I have to do this again because I have to be consistent, people will feel that. They will feel that right away, and they're going to be like, why would I do that? Like, why would I do what she's doing if she clearly hates what she's doing, right? It's so important to like smile, to have fun, to enjoy what you're doing, to be silly, to like show parts of your personality so that other people will get to know you. I've had so many people enroll with me and they're like, I felt like you were my best friend. And I have never met them, but just by consistently showing up and being silly and goofy and doing videos and whatever, it brings that connection with other people. And I think that that's so important. If you're building a business online, to be consistently showing up and having fun in whatever way. If that's bringing your kids in. When I first started, my youngest at the time was 2. And so he was with me. He was like just stuck to me all the time. And I did everything with him. And so he was in a lot of my videos. He was just part of the everyday of what I was doing. And people like even would recognize him in public. Before they would see me, they would recognize him because he was in so many of my things, right? And so it's just having fun and enjoying it and smiling. If you have to get your wiggles out before you go, if you have to blast some Beyonce or whatever, but just show that you enjoy what you're doing. If you truly love the business that you're part of, which I really hope that you do, I hope that you love the products. I hope you love your community. I hope you love your business. I hope you're passionate about that. And then share that. I love my business. I love my team. I love my leaders. I love the women that are working with me. I love these products. I use them every single day, all day, every day. I love it. Okay. And so I want people to know that. I want people to know how much I love it, and I want them to love it. So show people how much fun it is to do what you're doing. Number 5, actively learn how to be better. Okay. Be better at fill in the blank. If you want to be better at Instagram, learn it. Be a student all the time. Don't settle for where you're at, whether it's in leadership, whether it's in your product knowledge, whether it's in Instagram. Like, we should always be learning and then applying those things and doing our best to become the best version of ourselves. I never want to settle in my relationship with the Lord, right? I want to consistently work on becoming more and more like Jesus. And so I have to actively pursue time in God's word, time in prayer, time seeking him. asking the Lord to refine my heart and to make me more like him. I can't just be stagnant, right? In my marriage, I want to constantly fall more in love with my husband, spend time with him, laugh with him, play with him, all those things, because that like gives me life. I don't want to just settle and be stagnant and be like, well, I told you I loved you on our wedding day, and if I change my mind, I'll tell you, right? You want to like actively like fall more in love with your spouse, fall more in love with motherhood, fall more in love with your business, in leadership. Like we should always be pursuing to become better and better at whatever we're doing. So learn. If it's personal development, you see these people that find success in any industry. Holy moly. I love to watch other people in other network marketing companies. Love it. I don't just watch people in my own because that's what I'm doing, right? I want to see what other people that are successful in other industry or other companies in my industry. And the ones that I see that are successful, like you can tell that they have pursued leadership and are learning and becoming better and better and discipling other people. You can see just the difference in who they are, the character that they have, the way that they speak, the way that they show up, the way that they present their products and their business, because they are actively pursuing becoming better all the time. And so if that's the success that I want, right, then I want to continually pursue that. If we become stagnant and settle, we will fall back and we won't grow. We won't grow in ourselves and in our business. If we cannot grow and lead ourselves, there's no way that we can lead a team. There's no way. We cannot lead people where we are not going ourselves. And so I want to actively pursue that. The last thing that I'm going to say, number 6.
Okay, so number 6, oh my God, number 4 and number 5, I don't have a lot to say about that. Those were not bad advices, I guess. Yeah, you should constantly work on yourself. You should constantly work on your relationships, You should enjoy what you do, sure, but when you think about the fact that this is about a network marketing, it doesn't make too much sense. Even if you like the products, you're still supporting an unethical business. So yeah, like it's good advice, but not when it comes to multi-level marketing. So let's see what the last one
is to really take your business seriously. I see a lot of girls that they will start this, but they never really talk about the business. They're very like intimidated by it. They don't step into it. They are nervous to invite people in. They're so afraid of what other people might think of them. And again, you can't let somebody else's opinion determine what you're going to do with your life. You just can't. I mean, think about like Walt Disney. He's like, has Disney, the company, okay, it's like incredibly successful, obviously very creative, and he was told he wasn't creative when he was starting. Like, what in the world, right? If he would have been like, oh shoot, I guess I'm not creative, like Disney as a whole entire company like wouldn't be here, right? There's so many people that were told no or told they were bad at something or whatever, and it drove them to become better and to prove them wrong. So prove people wrong. Show up and take your business seriously. If you want to get right, if you treat it like a hobby, you'll get paid like a hobby. If you treat it like a business, you'll get paid like a business. It's real. Okay. So if you actually want to get paid like a professional business, you have to be a professional in your business. You have to show up regardless of how you feel, right? You wouldn't see your husband go off to work and then be like, you know what? I think I'm going to stay in my cozies all day. I don't really want to go to work. I just am not feeling it today. I'm just a little bit discouraged, and this deal didn't go through, and so I'm just not gonna go, right? You'd be like, boo, knock it off. Don't be an idiot. Go to work. Like we're paying for our babies, right? So we have to do the same. Like if we want people to take us seriously in this business, we have to take ourselves seriously. We have to show up and step in and own the business and be proud of it. Okay. I've had so many things said about me doing network marketing, and I don't care. Does it sting? Yes. Yes, it does. There's definitely been days where I have felt the sting of somebody else's words, comments, messages, being a bully on the internet. Okay. I've definitely felt that. And it's definitely held me back in different areas for sure. I'm going to be honest. Yes. Mean people are mean. However, I will never let it stop me from pursuing what I know that I'm called to do. I'm never going to let somebody else on the internet decide for me how I provide for my children. Okay, that's the stupidest thing ever. If we allow somebody else, a bully, a stranger, even someone that knows us, that's being discouraging and nasty with us, decide how we're going to provide for our family. It's none of their business. And if they don't like you, they're not going to like you better if you stop doing network marketing. They're just finding reasons to not like you because they just don't like you, and that's on them. It's not about you, it's about them, all right? What's that thing? What Sally says about Susie says more about Sally than Susie. Okay, if people are going to just talk bad, that speaks volumes to their lack of character, not you. If you're a mama or a woman or a person that is pursuing their dreams and their goals and helping people along the way, that's what we do in network marketing, okay? The whole idea of how to be successful in network marketing is to raise leaders and make them successful. If you can make other people rise up in leadership and be successful, you'll be successful. If you're literally helping other people find success in their life, you will find success. So if other people are looking down on you and calling you out and saying it's a scam or saying all of these things that they actually have no idea about, they're just talking, they don't know the actual ins and outs of what we do. The women that I work with are like powerhouses. They're women set on fire to pursue freedom for their family. I would never look at the women that I work with and say that they're dishonest, that they don't care. These are some of the most deeply caring souls I've ever met in my life that I get to work with. Okay. And so I get very protective when someone attacks that, when someone says that that's not what it is, when someone wants to say anything to my team, that lights me up because I'm like, you don't know them though. I know them, and they're the most incredible women that I've ever met that I work in network marketing with. Okay. So all of that to wrap up, if you know that this is something that you want to do, or you're currently doing it, or you've been thinking about doing it, okay? I've thought about doing network marketing for a long time, I'll be honest. I've seen it done super wrong years and years ago. And then I went through a season where I learned everything on YouTube, and I stumbled upon someone that was doing a different company. They were doing Beachbody actually. And I saw that they were actually really successful, that they did it right and they were really successful. And I was very intrigued.
By did it right, she means they started recruiting, and that's where they got a lot of money and they became successful. Again, she is talking about bullies a lot. And if you're watching this, please know that there is a big difference between someone saying their own opinions, someone critiquing the stuff that you do or the business that you're in, and someone being a bully. If you're being bullied and if you're getting nasty messages all the time, I'm so sorry about that. Of course, me or any other anti-MLM creator does not support this. You also said if people attack the women in your downline, you get protective. No one is attacking the women in your downline. No one is attacking you, at least not in the anti-MLM community. We're debunking the stuff that you say that are not true. If you fail, you didn't work hard enough. That's not true. You can't say that 99% of people across all network marketing companies are failing because they're lazy and they didn't work. That's just not true. The failure rates would be a lot lower if it depended on the amount of effort that people put in. So that's just not true. The income disclosure statements are out there, they're accessible to everyone, and they debunk what you're saying. I haven't seen any of the anti-MLM creators saying anything about your looks, being nasty to you. No one is attacking the women. And again, I feel like I have to repeat, there's a big difference between people not agreeing with the industry that you're in, not agreeing and critiquing what you're doing and how you're doing it, and just being bullies and being nasty. Look at the women below you. Look at how many of them are hustling, are on every of your training call, and they don't get any money. They don't earn any money with this business. And it is not because they're lazy. Why? Because the business is set up for them to fail, and you were either lucky that you joined early on, or you had a following before and you just got on top, and yeah, you're having it good. I'm gonna stop the video here. She goes on for another 5 minutes, but she's kind of just wrapping up what she said by now. I think I said everything that there is to say. You can let me know down below what you thought about this training. If you have anything that I forgot to mention to debunk everything that she said, let us know down below. Leave a comment down below. Don't forget to click that like and subscribe button as well, of course, and thank you so much for for watching. Thank you to all of you nice people who are supporting me. I do really appreciate it. If you're not coming from my social media, feel free to check me out. I'm gonna link my Instagram down below in the description box. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.